Welcome to Raising Funds for World Domination, day number 329. So once again, there are no updates on these items. Today I filmed another shorts video. I think I got through my, I prioritized the list of shorts topics that would be quick to produce and put out. So now we've gone to some of the ones that take at least more than a day to do. All right, so tonight we will continue with work on the terminal block mining simulation game. All right, so we'll test this. I think it still works. So we're still stuck on the unit tests for the chunk loading, and I was thinking about it today. Actually, I did a bit of a review on the code, trying to think about what's the right approach. And I think there's with the chunk loading as it exists, and how I want to change it, there's actually quite a few things that are going on. So I think what maybe makes sense is if I have like a general class, a general state machine class. And I think, because technically what I really want is two different state machines. So right now the in-memory chunks kind of puts it all into one place, and it's got all these lists to move around the chunks and stuff. But I think it would make more sense. I think I'll work on a generic class, a generic state machine class. So I'll create an instance of that. And then when I create it, I will specify the list of acceptable transitions, and maybe like, I guess I could also have like callbacks or something in the state machine. And then I think what I actually need to do, I need actually two state machines. There'll be one state machine. There's like a whole chunk loading life cycle. Because basically what I want to do, actually the thing that crashes right now, if I open a new authorized world connection, it'll crash. And it's crashing because it's trying to load the same chunk twice for the other when the other player moves into this area. I think it's trying to load the same chunk twice. And for efficiency, and also for the view, if in this player's, there should only be one underlying model for like the loaded chunks. So either player should be able to load in chunks. Otherwise, I could have a situation where like, yeah, it crashes. If I have two different players beside each other, they would like see like two separate fogs of war, but you should be able to see the area being cleared as it's cleared by the other player as it moves around. So I'll have one state machine for the for the in-memory chunks class, and then the in-memory chunks class will also I guess it'll keep you'll also need to maintain like an index of a set of mappings of like which clients want to receive notifications for loaded chunks. So yeah, I think that'll work. I'll work on that approach, and then maybe I'll run into more snags, and it'll take me more time. Orthoplex 64, how's it going? Shoseki, it's this evening. How's it going? Hi, the splinter flux of gamblewits cannot be unhinged, even if their glimmer pods are buried deep in the squell chippies. That sounds like nonsense. How's weather today? The weather's not too bad. It's a little bit warmer. It's getting close to the time of year when it'll be pleasant every day. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, March is the time of year when the winter fatigue really sets in. Does it ever reach shorts weather in Canada? Yeah, it's I would say in the summer. I guess I'm not sure what weather you're used to, but in the summers are uncomfortably hot here. Most of Canada is pretty close to the U.S. border anyway. But here in Ontario, it's uncomfortably hot in the summer, and it's uncomfortably cold, very uncomfortably cold, like you would die in the winter if you're outside. So it's basically, we have about like 2 weeks of really beautiful weather in the summer and then fall. And then it's just unpleasant all year round, basically. The other thing I noticed very, very strongly, so I did an internship in California one term, and I never noticed it living here all my life, but when I came from San Francisco flew right into Toronto, it really hit me how uncomfortable the humidity is here and how much that contributes to like the unpleasantness of the weather. Non-sensation. Canatory regulata. Like my brain is missing a few screws. Or maybe the whole toolbox. I feel like. That's unfortunate, I guess. I don't know, maybe we can go on Kijiji, find some more tools. Did you hear about the giant boar issue in Canada? I have heard about there's a wild boar issue. And that it was mostly in the U.S., but I think they're adapting and spreading around. There's a whole bunch of like, I guess, invasive species that had probably were like introduced, ages ago, and now they're like starting to take over. There's some kind of other there's some kind of like, I think some Chinese slug or worm or something that's an invasive species here in Ontario that's like spreading like crazy. And it's poisonous or something. So there's, I guess now that we live in a global world with people bringing all sorts of critters from all over the world, we're gonna have some new And actually, there's another one too. Over in Atlantic Canada, there's something called hogweed, which is this like, it's this thing that if you touch it, your skin becomes like photosensitive, and you get sunburned really bad. And it's this giant weed that grows everywhere. And I guess it's like, it's just, part of our, we never had it before, but now it's taking over. So huge, they hunt them in the winter because they're so huge they can be seen in winter. Giant holes in snow. I've heard they're a massive problem for farmers, and they multiply like crazy. There's tons of like YouTube videos you can see about people like hunting them and stuff. Canada sounds wild. Ever tempted to just go build a cabin in the woods? Yeah, that would be nice. Although it would have been much better. I think a much better plan would have been drop out of high school and then build a cabin in the woods. I mean, honestly, that would be if the government just gave high school kids like a tiny, like 1 acre of land in the forest and just said like, go build a cabin in the woods. I think most people would have like a much better life prospect, because when you're young, you have the physical ability to like move around. You actually chop down some trees and build your own log cabin in the old bay, and then you could benefit from that from the maximum amount of time. But I guess our entire economy is completely shaped around forcing people to live in unnaturally small apartments and condos, and getting them to spend their entire existence paying off the mortgage. That's also how it is in the US, but I guess it's even worse here. So, I'll make this a generic state machine class. Can I do a template in Java with an enum? I don't know. Wish I could get away from living costs. Saw a drone I'd like to buy, but it's $2K. Yeah, I know. I mean, like if I look back over my life over the last 15 years, I've accomplished very little except for paying, like, what is it now? Close to $200,000 in rent. That's my life's accomplishment. Java enum, special type of class. Well, that's not what I want. Java template generics. I cannot create a generic enum. Wow. You can't. I guess I could create an object that just stores the enum. Okay, this might work. I stopped Java just before they introduced generics. Look a bit like C++ and STD template. Yeah, from what I understand, they're similar. honestly, they kind of. I actually don't know the limits of what you can do with either C++ or Java templates or Java generics. I know in C++ they can get like arbitrarily complicated. And I think I've heard somewhere that they're Turing complete, so you can actually like write code in C++. I forget, is it called templating or generics in C++? You don't have them in PHP or TypeScript. I guess that doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me about PHP. Although they've been continuing to work on PHP for quite a while. I haven't really even touched PHP in years. Back in the day, I used Vector for everything. Yeah, I remember using Vector for a bunch of stuff. And then I think I remember getting into, that was when I started getting into trouble with iterators, I think. I saw on Hacker News, someone was building a TY designer. Interesting, I'll have to check that out. Does it involve any AI? Is it a vibe coded TY designer? No idea. Just went to RSS feed. Yeah, if I remember, I'll Google it. There's not a lot of competition in the area for terminal interfaces. It's an area ripe for disruption. suck at UI, UX anyway. It's hard to be good at UI. It's like an entirely different design skill from writing software. Let's compile. How go the YouTube Shorts? The YouTube Shorts. I was making one a day for a while. It's a lot of work to make videos. It never ends. You're just always making more videos. I made one a day for a while. Kept that up for a month. That increased views from they were quite low. It's like a couple 100,000 views a month, and the last month it was 1,000. So it got the views up. Revenue did not go up. Why no Vim? I am in Vim, or not right now, but there's Vim right there. There's a few just ideas that I had for quick, like just fast videos. I prioritized for a while just getting simple stuff to make that have been in my mind for a while, that I thought if I don't make it now, I'm never going to make it. There's a couple other ideas. There's one more for I recorded it today and did a bit of editing, and I'll probably add some more edits into it. Maybe I'll get it out tomorrow. Yeah, so shorts views are up. Revenue is basically still the same, still down. And the other interesting observation, I guess, about the algorithm is after I started publishing all those new shorts, all of my old shorts that have not been getting any views for like years. Like actually, if you check my community post, the last community post I did about the like MK temp command, I know for sure the reason that it's spiking up so much is because I started publishing a bunch of new shorts, and so that seems to be it makes it really difficult to like optimize YouTube. It's like I publish videos, and the videos don't get any views, but the videos I published years ago, those are the videos that get views. This isn't the worldwide welfare. Do something. What do you mean by that? You want me to write more code? I'm writing code, but it's hard to talk and write code. All right. Oh yeah, I compiled it. Hopefully this works. This is something I haven't done exactly this before, so I may get stuck on syntax for ages. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. It doesn't like that. I don't get it. Is editing a big time sink? I've seen people using CapCut to aid editing. I think it uses AI. Yeah, ideally, I'm not familiar with CapCut, but ideally I would have something to kind of like cut out the pauses and stuff. I do basically all my editing manually. It would be nice. I have heard Caden Live has an MCP server, so that would be another thing to look into. But there's another whole time investment of like learning tools and learning new techniques and how to optimize them, what the shortcuts are. Some of the editing, like if you're just editing like a podcast, like you probably could edit that algorithmically. For other stuff, like some of the content that I produce where I'm explaining something, I need to sometimes I may even make a couple small diagrams for the shorts video I'm making, because I think about it from the perspective of if just like adding a simple diagram or like making something more clear, if that'll make the video twice as good, then it'll get like 10 times as many views over its lifetime. So just having like some really instructive graphic can be quite useful, which I'll probably have to do that manually. But with AI, the idea that you can, if like you just want a piece of clip art or something, being able to use AI to make that, as I think it would be really, really convenient now. And a lot of people hate on AI, but like sometimes it could even just be like a title or something. And if you ask AI to like make a nice styled title, a title page for this thing or something, there's no real artistic value in like a title that's like underlined or something. But I don't know, it's kind of weird how people get so bent out of shape about AI usage in art. But at the same time, people are like constantly telling me to use AI for my coding. Okay, why doesn't this work? Oh, interesting. Okay, it's settled. So at least I can do what I want. noticed a lot of streamers stream for hours on end, and they clip farm. Yeah, I would like to do that. That's on the to-do list. Maybe I'm gonna complete this. I'm gonna go till day 365, and then after that I may, like this, the one benefit, I could just go back and clip a whole bunch of things from the past. Most being productive on stream. Some of your questions and answers would probably be a good clip. Yeah, it would. That's actually one of the things I'm thinking about. Like, I'm thinking if I had the time to just sit down and use like AI to just like it would honestly be interesting to use AI to go back through like every script. Like, I even see people posting in the comments. I haven't seen them in a while, but people say like they used AI to analyze the video and summarize it, and they charge them like it cost them like 5 cents or something. Cybernetic Logos says, hello, Robert. How's it going? Okay, that compiles. It's going well. Excellent. Just finished up streaming myself. Nice. How is the hack matrix coming along? If you like, I can do an analysis of your streams. Probably be very interesting. If you want, for your own fun, there's lots of different things that could be analyzed. There's lots of opportunity to do things and make content and like try out different stuff, but the problem is finding stuff that moves the needle. I can always make more videos and post them, but unless they translate to revenue and growth, could be a waste of time. Okay, this state machine approach might work. Do you have a playlist? No, I've not made a playlist for the stream series. The Wayland port is basically finished. Stable enough to stream. Working on building everything into an exe, making game assets so it can sell on game platforms. Nice. My digital order. None of this is a waste of time. Yeah, thank goodness for digital orders. The future is going to be a gold mine of information. That's why, like I said, I don't know if you watched my video about hash functions. You should make sure you hash all of the videos and print it out on a piece of paper to make sure that you, in case AI corrupts all the videos on you. Lunar Flytrap says, hello gang, how's it going? Cybernetic logos. Do you make any money on these streams? Do you make any money these days on streams? Not really. I'm starting to conclude that this format, this live streaming format, is not moving the needle. So when I first started, I was maybe getting like upwards of I think it peaked around, well, I guess it started off like around 10 to 20. And then when some of my videos started trending, it peaked up around like 100 or so. And then it's been slowly going down since then. And I find if I post a bunch of videos, if the videos I post are doing well, then I'll get more views on the stream. But it really seems like the videos, posting videos is what makes people show up to the streams. You're asking for specific amounts of money? Oh, you mean on the ones long ago? Yeah, that might have something to do with it. I think it was. I think that was back when. Because you're talking about live stream, not pushing the needle for video ads. To be honest, when it actually it almost feels like revenue is actually based on looking at the numbers, it almost seems like there's an overall, like based on how much content I produce, there's an overall like number that says that YouTube decides how much I'm going to make, and then depending on what that number is, YouTube just finds the people and directs them to the channel who are like high probability to either become members or send super chats. Like I always find if people send large super chats, it seems to make my ad revenue go down, because I guess they're trying to balance everything, and so they're like, okay, this person has a reasonable income this month, so we'll take those high click-through users and direct them to other videos. That's my intuition. Of course, I could be wrong, but it seems like I don't know. These are not interesting live streams, and I can understand why YouTube probably does not really make any money from like the VODs for these don't really get any views. So they're probably and I think some people on Twitch have said that it's also not really like it almost seems like YouTube does not want people live streaming, because probably like just thinking about the numbers on data storage and stuff. Like if I downloaded my live streams and stored them on hard drives, the amount of money it would cost me to store the live streams on hard drives would exceed the amount of revenue that the live stream generates. Obviously, Google operates at higher scale and they get data from it and stuff, but that might have something to do with it. Live stream doesn't have ads. Does it not? That was another thing is I did like 100 live streams just with monetization off, and that seemed to be dragging down the channel metrics. So I then they actually added I had it off because I didn't want to pledge that the because when you monetize it, you have to say this does not contain bad stuff, sensitive issues, whatever, and it's too difficult to have that restriction on live stuff. So I just didn't monetize it. But then I decided it would probably be better to have it monetization on. And they also added this over here on the side. Now they added ads automator, which I guess like I don't have to pledge anything, so it probably listens to the content and analyzes it and decides if it's appropriate for advertising or not. So I guess now it presumably is plays ads, but there's basically like the ad revenue is basically zero from from these lives. I'd say the super chat revenue is like 10 or 100 times more. Have you activated ads for live streams here? I get ads all the time. Why do you clearly thinks I should buy a new car? I guess someone's getting ads. Thank you. You're probably single-handedly funding the 8 cents that every live stream gets. Although I looked at the stats the other day, and it does kind of seem like YouTube is playing the long game on it, because there's a video I looked at, like what are the most viewed live streams in the last like 90 days or something. All right, no, I think I looked at like older live streams that are what are the ones that are getting views, and there's a couple like there's a trickle of views on some of them. But then I did a live stream a while ago on like it was like a weird terminal escape sequence. I did a live stream about that, and that was like there were people being recommended that live stream, and I also saw Moist Critical, the famous YouTube Twitch sensation. He did a video where he talked about his ad revenue, and he said like most of his revenue, he had a massive amount. He had like tens of thousands of dollars, or maybe it was more than that, from a single live stream VOD. He was just like playing some video game, and over time, like it took a long time for it to pick up, but eventually YouTube served that to a lot of people and monetized like crazy on it. But I don't have none of my live streams have taken off like that. But I guess it could be that they're all like, it is not surprising to me that nobody wants to watch 300 coding live streams, especially right now when I'm not even coding. Probably get a portion of my $30 YouTube Premium subscription when I watch. Yeah, I wondered if it's for how much money and like data you get from an ad. I've often wondered if YouTube is not losing money when people buy premium, because it might be worth more in data to advertisers to serve people ads than to get premium. Just got an ad for Sony EarPods. Nice. That's a bit more interesting. I'm a power watcher. Neat. That's why you need YouTube Premium. You don't have time for ads. Sometimes YT will recommend a video that's already something like 7 years old. Yeah, it's I guess it's always the possibility that I guess it gets enough data and then suddenly a really old video pops off. YouTube thinks I'm a middle-aged woman. I think from if you watch my video about advertising algorithms, I give some breakdown on my thoughts on that. I think that can happen too sometimes in the early training phase. So you can just run an ad, and then like you can reverse engineer things about the audience depending on how the ad behaves. So you can just like if you want to if you don't know for sure like who is likely to watch something or what kind of gender, age someone is, just serve them a bunch of ads, and depending on what ads that cohort is willing to watch, you can infer what gender, age range, income category they all have. So that eventually, as it converges, you'll see that those middle-aged woman ads less. What are current plans for channel growth? The current plans, I hadn't put out a lot of videos in a while, so that's why I prioritized getting some shorts out. I'm going to keep doing those, and also try to get, I have there's a lot of content I would like to create, so I'm going to prioritize some videos and ideas that I can complete faster, rather than like some of the past few videos were a lot of work to film. So that's why they have to come out one a month. I always forget how to do this. If you ever want cheat code for channel views, there are people who make fake coin pusher videos. They seem to be popular. It's also like fake gold finding videos. Could make some of those. I could pretend to like dig in a river and pretend to find some gold. Maybe we should make parodies of all those fake videos. The prank videos are the worst. Those guys are so obnoxious. I could, but it's a totally different category of content. I gotta have some kind of focus. The greatest sin to me is lying or faking. To me, it ranks above Horn Ice D. Fake it as long as you make it obvious. There's tons of people doing that, I think, better than me. Oh, I see. Lying or faking is better than that, or is worse than that. I don't know. I guess it depends what you're lying about. But even still, lying is just words. Maybe we should make some fake programming videos. How to make a SaaS app. Pick a framework. Step 2. Pick a URL. Step 3. Fill in the rest. Yeah, there's lots of humor content that could be created on that. I think there are a bunch of people who have done videos like that. The problem is there's too much opportunity. I can make videos about so many things, but it takes time to make them. A civilization built on lies destroys many more lives. Yeah, I don't know. We got a lot of problems in society right now. Not just lies. Okay, I got my State Machine class started. I'll make this generic because I think that there's other things I could use the State Machine for in this program. I think the way I'm probably going to end up doing this is I'll have within the chunk loading class that'll house a state machine that just tracks the application level loading and unloading of chunks, and then I'll have every client will have its own state machine, and that in addition will track whether it's subscribed to, because there's a whole bunch of these problematic corner cases come from cases when chunks get dropped, when if a chunk's dropped when it's still pending, then it can end up sending duplicate events and stuff, and so this will let me decouple those two things. BS is more dangerous than lies. There's a book called Bullshit by Harry Frankfurt. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to reason about these generalities, because lies could be many different things. Like you could lie to a child and say that broccoli tastes good, and then you could eat some broccoli and be like, yum, this broccoli tastes so good. Then the kid will eat the broccoli and it's good for him. But then you could also, tell, you can have a vast political and economic conspiracies, and those do a lot of damage to society. All right, I put in my hour for tonight. This is turning out to be a long development arc, and it'll probably continue for a while longer. Hopefully I'll finish this memory chunks loading thing before the end of the series. But we'll leave it there for tonight, and we'll be back again tomorrow night for day 330. All right, have a good night, guys.